neglect an artist just because he has been overshown. I want to say that people in Africa need also to know who is Jane Alexander, who is Yinka Shonibare. So I don't know if, as curator, I have the right to say you are too much well-known, you don't need to be exhibited. I point out this issue because, as I told you, Jane Alexander is a friend of mine. She is very sad because most of the time, the exhibitions that are going on in South Africa neglect to invite her because they say she is everywhere on the world, you don't want her here. My answer to this question is very practical. I think that, of course, it doesn't make sense to organize in Africa an exhibition just with this kind of star of the international visual art system, but we need some of them, and we need also a lot of young artists. At the end of this curatorial tour I was speaking about, I was allowed to present with best work, as I told you. I need from this time to borrow some work to make the sole exhibition I was in charge. I need to borrow some works, and Willie Bester is a very prominent artist in South Africa, and we can say also that in the situation of contemporary art in Africa, South Africa has to be placed in the central part of the continent. And I called a lady whose name is Linda Giver, and I asked her to borrow some work. I don't know if it is the right term, to borrow some work for the exhibition. She is a director of gallery in Cape Town. I called her from Cote d'Ivoire, and I was surprised to notice that she is very upset against me. She was very angry. She insulted me just because a month ago I went in Jobu and I don't go to pay her a visit. And she said, now you want to work for me, you went here, you were not able to come to say hello to me. And my conclusion is that the tourist, the curator as tourist, has also to have in his mind that the gallery is part of the monument he has to visit. And if you don't make these kind of things, you could be in trouble. And for me, this call I did with Linda Given is one of the most difficult in my life. I could have some partial conclusion from this first part of my presentation. Of course, I could say that the curator himself is a tourist, because as I told you, he travels, he don't take time to discuss really with the artist, he just go to the institutional place, he just go to the place, the most famous places, but artists also involved as tourists in the world. I think Sergio explained this situation already this morning. The third thing I want to add is that the flow of artwork between the periphery and the center are more important than the flow from center to periphery. It is also more important than the flow of artwork and artists within the periphery. I think that is very critical of the way the periphery work. For instance, you have a lot of artists, very well known in Senegal, but they are not known in Mali. You have just 100 or 200 kilometers between them. Another thing I want to add is that the lack of opportunity, the deficit of structure are symptomatic of the life in the periphery. Art is also, for me, a modality of acceleration of the flow from periphery toward the center. And now I will address the second issue. You have seen already the map of the Biennale in the world, and it is supposed people think universe thinks that there is about 200 biennales in the world each year, 200, and one could say that from these 200 biennales you have just one in Cairo and another one in Dakar going on. The South African Biennale just got 2 editions. The last edition was in 1997, and it is finished. And now they are trying a thing in Rwanda, but they just make a first edition, which is supposed to be a triennial. And I note also that before, in 1992, just 2 artists from Africa has been selected in Venice Biennale. And why Okwe Enwezor becomes the artistic director of Documenta, in Africa the expectation was that he will select